Welcome to Westwood Senior High School, Peter Nield's classes, 2020-2021 school year. Hi, I'm Peter Nield. Welcome back to school. If you're like me, it feels like your head is spinning. We're having to invent new ways to do common things every day. This is an unprecedented school year, to say the least. Our math department has been working to ensure that we can effectively educate and support your child, especially with and around the new protocols that are in place. In this video, I will present the math pathways through high school. I will discuss our various methods of instruction and evaluation and our expectations. And I'll explain our expectations for autonomous learning days. Those are days that your child is not in school. The math pathways at Westwood needed to be a little restricted this year. This is in order to keep students in their bubbles. All Westwood students take Math 306 in Secondary 3. This may be the most important math course in high school. Success in this course dictates your pathway through high school. Successful students, that's 80% or better, move on to Secondary 4 SN. Students with a grade between 60% and 80% move to Secondary 4 CST. The CST pathway is the base level pathway for mathematics. It stands for Cultural, Social, and Technical. It prepares for post-secondary studies in the social sciences and several technical programs. Secondary 4 CST is also the minimum graduation requirement for mathematics in Quebec. You cannot graduate from high school without receiving a Secondary 4 math credit. Students who are successful in Secondary 4 CST will move up to Secondary 5 CST. The SN, or Natural Sciences, pathway prepares students for science and/or commerce programs after high school. Students who are successful in the Secondary 4 SN course move up to Secondary 5 SN. Once you're in a pathway, you are supposed to remain in that pathway. If you feel you've been placed in the incorrect pathway, reach out to me right away to discuss. Note that admission to SAGIP has become quite competitive in every program. The advice often given to students used to be to take the highest level of math that they can pass. But a student may be better off to get very high marks in a lower level course than to scrape by in the SN stream. If you have any questions about this, feel free to contact me or the school's guidance counselor. Because of the pandemic, our Secondary 4 and 5 students are only in school every second day. Our 9-day schedule has been doubled, and we now have Day 1A, Day 1B, Day 2A, Day 2B, etc. The math department has decided to have students attend classes on off days via Google Meet or Zoom. There were several deciding factors for this decision. We wanted students to have the normalcy of a school schedule to adhere to. We want to be able to connect with all our students each day. There is too much curriculum in our math courses to be able to only provide instruction to students every second day. The math department will be fully prepared to transition to fully online teaching if necessary. We are just getting started on something that is totally new to all of us. There will be growing pains for the students and for me as we get used to these hybrid online and in-person classes. This is how these classes are starting out. I'm sure that the students and I will transform these into what works best. The group that is in class attends class as they always have. Students should bring a laptop, Chromebook, or tablet to school each day that's fully charged. We no longer have printed workbooks, and we are not allowed to share technology, so students need to use their own. Most of the handouts, exercises, and quizzes will be online. The students who are not in school that day are expected to attend my classes via Google Meet. They will go to our Google Classroom page and click the Google Meet link at the top. This will take them right into the web class. I need to open the meeting before students can enter, so if you cannot get in right away, wait a minute and try again. They should attend the meeting on a computer and not on their phone. The larger screen size will allow them to see the notes being taken on the smartboard. My goal is to interact with the online students like I would in the classroom. Students can unmute themselves to ask questions. Students do not need to have their cameras on in the Google meeting in order to pose a question. During many of our classes, there will be a short online quiz in the middle of class. All students, in class and at home, will take the quiz. The quizzes will usually have a time limit, and they will count towards student grades. Students should have their phone with them as well. While phones are not allowed to be used in class, they will be used for our online quizzes. The MHS mobile phone app allows students to attach their handwritten work to their quiz questions. That way, I'm not just evaluating their answers, but their procedures as well. There may be some classes that are work periods, or there is a test for the in-class group. On these days, there may not be an online class, and students will be given autonomous learning tasks. I will do my best to notify the students in advance or via email. If students are absent from online classes, I will do my best to notify parents and students via email. The consequences for skipping online classes will be on their grades. They will receive a 0 on a skipped quiz. There will not be consequences from the school, as they cannot control attendance for students who are not at school. Note that this is the way we are starting out, but it will likely change as we learn what works best. A lot of patience will be required by all of us as we get acclimated to this new situation. Student evaluations fall into 3 categories. There is a course outline posted on the Google Classroom page for our class. Please refer to that for more details. Students can contact me at any time through the My Teacher feature in their MHS accounts. Parents can contact me anytime via email at pnield@lbpearson.ca. If there's a concept or a question that they are struggling with, don't wait for class. Reach out to me, and I will try to get them back on track and understanding the concept. I'm always open to chatting with parents, but I believe it's important for students to learn to advocate for themselves. These students are very close to SAGEP age, so they will soon need to be fully independent. The government has mandated that students cannot be forced to wear masks in class. So, while mask wearing is being encouraged, it is not being mandated. However, both I and the student need to be wearing a mask when we are talking one-on-one. These are strange times, and we are all doing our best to navigate through the ever-changing protocols. I'm always doing my best to push your child to succeed, support them, comfort them, and keep them safe. Thanks for watching, and stay healthy.